And there's a famous quote by John Maynard Keynes that it's easier to ship recipes than cakes and biscuits. And one of the reasons we very much like that quote, and we think it's so pertinent to the commons and to the forces that play today through the internet, recipes, is that not only does it present new questions about what the right form to transact content in the physical world becomes, so in the case of Opendesk, we'll share the digital designs to manufacture a product versus shipping the actual physical product itself. It's all really made possible thanks to digital fabrication technologies. So those are things like 3D printing and laser cutting. And in Opendesk, we use a technology called CNC milling, which is the cutting of solid materials like wood using computer-controlled drills. We're an online platform that offers furniture that's designed to be made locally all around the world. And the way we do that is by connecting you to a network of independent designers and makers through our website at opendesk.cc. So designers can contribute their designs to be hosted on our site, and then makers can register and offer to produce that furniture for customers in their local area.
What came out all right?
Does that just come off the mill?
Yeah. It's kind of, we need to sort this bit out.
Okay, yeah, sure, that's not a problem, is it?
Not designed for coming apart. We're in the heart of the Maker Mile, which is 1 square mile of maker spaces, creative technology companies, studios, design workshops and architects. Machines Room itself is it's an open workshop, meaning that the public, for a small membership fee, can come and become members of the space and use tools like 3D printers, laser cutters, that kind of thing. It's a little bit like a gym, but instead of paying for a running machine, you're paying for access to something like a 3D printer. But the idea behind that is that it's all part of the Fab Lab kit list. So to be a Fab Lab, you have to have a set kit, and all of the machines on that kit list are very easy to use and can use open source software. The idea behind that is that a maker in Machines Room could design something for our laser cutter, but then be able to send those files to a Fab Lab in Amsterdam or Barcelona, or ones in jungles in Malaysia. They've even made Fab Labs. So we have a really low barrier to entry, so it's really cheap to become a member. It's only £5 a month. And it's actually possible to use machines at Machines Room for free. We do a members exchange, so people can volunteer for an hour, and then in exchange they get an hour on the machines.
So ultimately, I guess the biggest challenge to any kind of new model is really about trust. Trust in new products, trust in new ways of doing things, producing and consuming. And one of the things I think is so interesting is that the internet has, in some ways, brought everything closer together, despite the fact it's actually enabled us to be much more physically remote.
Or if you fancy a black one as well, multicolored.
So we just received the prototype for the files you sent last week, and
nice.
it came out really well. So I don't know if you see, that's the piece you were a bit worried about.
Yes, exactly. So that's the one, remember the one because there's that dot at the end on the back of it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
is it working well?
So these ones are working really well. They slot in the thing really well, and then there's the shelf that just slides in.
Yeah, slides in.
So
does it play smoothly? Does everything, there's no grip on it?
Yeah, no, it's actually really nice. Like the maker did a really nice job on finishing the pieces.
Okay. And then at the back of it, so I was considering making that kind of design, and then just here you will find 2 little dog bones, which is pretty standard for the, for the CNC prototyping making.
Okay.
It used to be an animal lab before Greenpeace moved in.
The first piece of furniture that actually started Opendesk, so there was a company called Mint Digital, and they wanted to have a desk in London and then also in New York. So the founders, Johnny and Nick, designed this desk so it could be digitally fabricated in London and really close to the end user in New York. And this is one of the desks that Greenpeace chose.
And what was really attractive to us about working with Opendesk was the flexibility. So the flexibility to tweak the designs. The other thing, of course, that was really important to us was the fact that the makers were all within a 5-mile radius. 1 minute you're looking at the design on a laptop, and then a day or so later you're down at the maker and looking at the materials as they come off the CNC machine. It's kind of, there's some magic there. It's a kind of really magical process.
When you can transact design and manufacturing through digital means, very much like the music industry and film and so forth, you start to have all these questions around core principles of ownership and intellectual property. And what you find as a result is that some designers are very comfortable with the idea that their design is open, it can be changed and adopted. And the incentive for people like that is really about the fact that their sharing of knowledge is out there in the world and can hopefully yield the most benefit to others.